Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So this morning we're gonna go pick Josh's corn for him. Good morning, Wilson. How are you? How are you doing? Been out roaming around in the hoop building looking for some ice. So anyways, since Josh's combine burnt, I'm gonna go help him with L2 number 1 get the rest of his corn out. We done some trading back and forth. He hauled some grain for us the end of last week and through the weekend. So we're gonna get over there and get his corn picked off for him so that he don't have to worry about rushing to get another combine until he finds the right one to replace his. So let's get started, get over there, get his corn picked. Well, we're gonna get on the road and get moving over to Josh's and see what we can get picked off today for him. Try to get it picked off before the bad weather comes. So we're supposed to be getting a lot of rain and a lot of snow here the first of this week. So let's see what we can get done. Well, there's Josh's combine right there. We'll get some video of it a little later on when we get to this field. The auger's out because he was just unloading when he realized that it was on fire. So we're going to go down here. There's 3 smaller fields. We're going to get those first. And then we're going to come back to this because this has some pickle vine in it. And I want it to dry out a little more today with the sun out on it before I try to pick that. Because we did get rain yesterday, so that needs to dry out some so it's not wrapping around my auger. So this up here is really clean. There's no pickle vine in it. So we'll attack this first. Well, we got a good start. This is some higher sand ground, so the corn is a little bit small. It looks like everybody is really enjoying the drone footage of harvest. I know when I first put that video up, the editing part wasn't done on YouTube's end, and they didn't have the music on it yet, and I apologize for that. I know some of you said even without music, you still enjoyed it. I am learning how to do voiceovers. So I'm teaching myself how to do that for like the Throwback Thursday videos. And if you notice, I kind of skipped last Thursday on Throwback Thursdays. That was just because, you know, Thanksgiving and, you know, I had quite a bit of video footage from harvest to throw up. So I thought, well, it's not going to hurt to skip one Throwback Thursday. And I wanted to get the videos of the M3 put up, so that's why we kind of skipped it. But it'll be back. I'm gonna try to do one this week, so I'll get that voiced over and get it up for you all to enjoy. Well, we're getting the ends picked off on this second field. I actually debrushed that ditch probably about 6 years ago now. I remember doing that one. I've done a lot of ditches in this area. So I was up on the higher sand on this farm, and I was picking the ends off, and I'm looking down between the rows like I always do. Well, something caught my eye. Look at that. That big one right there caught my eye, and I'm pretty sure that is Native American worked because it is sharp and it's chipped like they do. And then I was walking around and found some other few pieces. Like that smaller one right there, I am pretty sure that was a broken arrowhead. So there's definitely been some native activity on this farm at one point in time. So kind of cool to find this stuff. I found spear points, arrowheads, I want to find a tomahawk head, but I have not found one of them yet. But look at that. It's so cool, because that is definitely hand worked. That is not naturally made. I mean, it's chipped and it's really sharp, so not sure what that was for. And in this piece, let me get it here. This is definitely handmade, and I'm betting that that was a arrowhead and the bottom is broke off where it goes on the arrow shaft itself. Kind of a bummer. I wish that was a whole one. But you gotta watch these sand ridges. Them Indians, for some reason, they hung out on them sand ridges, and I'm not sure exactly why. They like to be up high wherever they set up camp around here anyways, is what we found. So, okay, I'm gonna go dump and get back at it. So I'm gonna take them treasures I found and take them home tonight, give them to Madison, tell her that I found some of her ancestors' tools that they left laying around. She is a part Native American, so I always joke with her about it. Well, I decided since everything was dry that I better get over here to the low ground and try to pick off this corn that's got the pickle vine in it. And it is nice and dry, so I think we'll be able to get most of it picked for him. As long as the combine will keep eating it. Pickle vine is such a pain in the butt. Nice corn. I hate to abandon the corn, you know. There he goes. Got to keep working at it. As long as it don't wrap the auger, you're good. When it wraps the augers, when it's a real pain in the butt. These cleaners will eat it if you can get it in them. I have to drag that off the ear saver. Well, we're out of that pickle vine for the most part. There's still a little bit out here, but now we got some giant ragweed stems to deal with. This didn't get sprayed because, well, it got one pass of spray on it, but it didn't get the second pass of spray because it was just too wet out here. This is where I had the L2 on tracks out, pick the corn for Josh. This is a very treacherous piece of ground right here. It's muck with peat moss under it, and it is soft. Not too bad right now, though. Well, we're on the last 3 rows of the low muck, and we're going to clean off the combine a little bit. We're going to head back to the sand. At least this is done, so if we do get some snow, it'll be done. You don't want snow and pickle vine together. That's not a good thing. So this is done and out of the way now. Josh can get some sleep at night now. Because that was some really good corn. And if they had snow and rain on it, we would have never got it picked. So, alright, let's go back to the high ground and get something done tonight. That's better. Back to the smooth sailing. So I had some viewers ask, and we went over this before. They think that the ears of corn fall off when they lay up on the flat spots of the snouts. They do not fall off. The gathering chain sticks quite a ways past that flat spot. So if they do slide off, they get sucked in with the forward motion or the upward motion of the corn coming in the head. If they fall off where the snouts bend, where you see the crack down there, now they will slide off and you lose them because the gathering chains don't stick out that far. But if they're back past that first hump there, they will end up in the combine and get shelled. much rather have a steel head versus a plastic one. I've watched a lot of the ears bounce off the plastic one on a 2388 and they fly out. So the steel just seems like it doesn't have any bounce to it. If an ear falls on it, it falls hard and doesn't move. Also been asked how fast have I been picking. In this lighter corn, 5 miles an hour. Hydrostat all the way forward is about 5.2 actually. In this smaller corn, I like to keep the ear pockets full. That way it keeps a lot of material in there to kind of cushion against the stripper plates. That way it doesn't shell the ears as bad as the stripper plates, especially when it's a little bit tough. Keep all that full and you'll not lose a lot of, you won't have as much head loss is what I'm trying to say. Plus it keeps the combine full. A full combine's a happy combine. They don't like to run empty. So keep them choked full. Cramped full, I should say. Oh, we need to go dump. We're full. Now when I get into like 200 plus bushel corn, I've got to slow way down. Usually about 3.5 to 4 miles an hour, that's about it. The problem is the conveyors just don't keep up. The clean grain elevator just can't keep it sucked up fast enough to keep the inside of the combine cleaned out. I need to get the sprockets to speed that up a little bit, but most of the time it's not an issue and I don't mind slowing down. Dump, but there's a reflection in my mirror and it made it look like the hopper was full, but it wasn't quite full yet. So last night I'm picking along and everything got quiet. Like, well, this is strange. I was in some pretty tall weeds over on the little triangle field here. And I'm like, why'd everything get quiet? So I walked around the combine. I did find a chain off. Put the chain back on, got in it, didn't fix anything. Well, started investigating more and realized a weed had ripped a wire off of one of the electric clutches. This is the separator drive clutch. So I gotta put that wire back on. We should be good to go again. Okay, so we're heading to Josh's last 3 fields. Got everything done in this area. Luckily, all it was that wire that was broke off. Put that wire back on, got in the combine, flipped the switches, and everything worked wonderful. Well, I'm glad that's all that was. I was kind of worried that it was one of them electric clutches that went out, or well, that one for the separator. So, no big deal, put a new end on it, and away we went. This road's a little rough through here. So anyways, Madison and my sister surprised me with a video for my birthday, so I uploaded it last night, so you'll have to go check it out. So absolutely blown away by this video that they created for me for my 33rd birthday. A lot of pictures and a lot of my friends submitted video for it. Really good. I love the way they did it. So I love you guys. Thank you for doing that for me. It's just awesome. So go check that out. Okay, so I got a little behind in video, but we we did get moved to Josh's other farms. So I had a question on the drone video a viewer asked, and this was a pretty good question, I thought. He asked why the fields in the drone videos look like they're striped. Well, the reason that they look striped is because we plant different varieties in the corn planter. We'll plant 6 and 6 most of the time. So we'll plant one number in one side of the corn planter in the 6 boxes, and then we'll put another number in the 6 boxes on the other side of the corn planter. So that answers that question for you. And you'll notice that all through the growing season because of the ways the different corns grow. So I'm hoping to get Josh finished up here at a decent hour today. Maybe I'll be able to get back to the shop and get the ear corn picker hooked up to Sausages 620 and get some ear corn picked. I need to get that done. I'm running out of good days. But it's not hurting it standing out there in the field. I just don't want to pick it on a rainy, wet day and let it sit on the wagon with wet shucks. So I need to really wait for a good dry day. And last weekend there just was no good dry days other than Saturday, and we spent Saturday picking our corn to get that finished up. So being I'm going to store it in a wagon in the building, I want it dry. If I was putting it in a crib, I think I'd be okay picking it a little wet. But I don't have a corn crib, so a wagon it's going to be. So we'll see what happens today. But I'll make that a totally separate video, so you want to watch all of this one to watch the ear corn picking. So while I was picking corn, I found this unfortunate dead buck out in the field. So I got it out of the field just so that there wouldn't be bones and antlers out there for popping tires. And I cut the antlers off, and now Josh has antlers.
Pretty sure this is the one that I hit with my power stroke the other day and ruined my bumper.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is this deer was very close to where Josh was traveling, and it kind of makes sense that it wandered off in the field and died. So it very well could be the one he hit, because it just hurt his bumper. It didn't hit the headlights or anything, so that tells us it was a small deer. He said it happened so fast that he didn't get to see what deer it was. So could very well be the one you hit.
Got some souvenirs from him.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we're really getting her knocked out today. Got 6 more acres to go on that side of the fence row. We'll get these last 6 picked in this field, jump over there, put this on the general, and then head back to the shop because we're officially done picking corn for 2022. So we're getting the air compressor again from Dad's Strength's cousin. We're gonna blow all these combines off really good and then get them tucked away for the winter. I'd rather blow them off with air than to wash them, because I don't like them sitting with water on them or water in the bearings and stuff like that. So blowing them off worked really well last season, so I think we're going to do it again this season. And then when we get them out, we'll wash them and get them ready for next fall. Or when we do get ready for next fall, we'll wash them. If they got a lot of mud on them or something, I'll wash them, but if I don't have to wash them, I don't. Well, here we go, the last 6 of Josh's harvest for 2022. So we got all of Josh's corn out, so now you don't have to worry about it. So got a hold of Drew Swanson. He's looking for a replacement combine for Josh. Drew works over at Castonia Tractor, and he's going to see if he can hook him up with another 9600 or 9500, something of that nature, that we can take all the additional parts or add-on parts off of the 9600 and put on his new combine, like the straddle duals, the turbo tube, stuff like that. So hopefully he comes up with one for him. So there we go. Now Josh don't have to worry about it till next fall. He's got plenty of time to look for a combine. Doesn't have to worry about his crop being out. So I know that I said that we did some trading back and forth, but even if we didn't trade back and forth, I'd still help him get his corn out. So there's no question. Josh is a good guy. Like to take care of him and help him out. So anyways, thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate it. We'll see you all in the next one.